Cutting edge scale, guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we're here again with more brave weapons to go over. Did I just say brave? Brave weapons to go over. It is, of course, going to be the final one we need to do. I could do Hammerhead, but realistically, it's a heavy, so the final one we are going to be doing is going to be the Blast Furnace brave weapon. This pulse rifle, oh, it is beautiful. I will say it's kind of a little bit of a mute point now. I was going to say the scope has completely changed, but I mean, since they are unsunsetting things, I'll still be able to use my old baby with outlaw kill clip and of course the whole freaking Meridian RDS. But of course the new one is gonna have this Rasmussen ISA, and this is gonna be the curated role you can get. So kill clip, perpetual motion, really actually dope, of course, for PvP with a stability milestone 450. Really nice role for PvP. Is it the absolute god role? Not really, because it doesn't have the max range or whatnot, but it still should be an absolute banger PvP. It is going to be kinetic too, and I will say when it comes to roles, you can kind of see it's geared more toward PvP. This isn't going to be anything PvE masterclassy. I mean, it has some decent roles with the kinetic Firefly, but PvP is where this is going to be at. You got things like Keep Away kill clip, you got Head Seeker kill clip, which is a nutty ass combo. You got perpetual motion, of course, kill clip. This should be really dope. It looks hella dope too, and guys, I'm just so happy it's back. If you don't know, I did like 3 or 4 videos before this is even announced saying we need it back because it's so good. And finally, Bungie, listen, I'm telling you, everything I said to come back, Bungie just brings back. Maybe they watch the vids, guys. Maybe they do. But yeah, we are going to try this in some PvP and some PvE, showcase what the Blast Furnace is really like. So without further ado, let's go into some PvP with the curated Blast Furnace. Alrighty, so we're going to be on Meltdown, of course, with the little Blast Furnace that could. And this is going to be the Rasmussen site that I was talking about. It's going to be on it. Now, it is the only scope, so if you don't like it, well, tough titties, you are stuck with it. But this sort of rifle, it should be really dope. Of course, when you get kill clip going and everything on it as well, you will do some absolute damage. You can kind of see with the stability roll you can kind of get on this. It does hit pretty damn freaking well. Now, obviously, I lost kill clip there. And guys, I'm getting hit by every single person. There we go. Look at that for a kill. As I said, when it comes to this Blast Furnace, it purrs PvP. I'm telling you, this roll is just, it's so freaking nice. Now, I'm getting spawn camped. What? How are they behind us? What has happened? Freaking everyone's spawning behind us. There's people in front of us. What is this? But you can see when you get your headshots in with this weapon, oh, the damage is definitely just freaking there. Now, there is people to my left, people to my right, and here I am stuck in the middle with UST. Well, apparently I'm just gonna get trapped, like, basically over watching these guys that fight over here, and that is a freaking Mida. Oh, son, you just got absolutely dumped. But yeah, this does have really decent range. It's going to be aggressive frames. So those these sorts of pulse rifles, they do have decent range. But what I will kind of say is that this role in particular doesn't have the max range. And it definitely gets a lot harder to be accurate. Even though this has decent stability, you can see there is going to be a fall off. But it definitely gets harder to be way more accurate this over range. You can see you hit a couple of bursts or whatnot. But when you kind of get it going, that is where you will delete people. Like, as I said, kill clip on this weapon. It honestly hits so freaking hard. Buddy. Freaking Mida, guys. Chilling. This guy keeps on getting away at 1 HP. I'm gonna move my Checho here, though. We get 1. We get 2. Give me those heals. We get 3. We get this guy. And, oh, the double burst with the Radiant. Oh, I'm telling you. That's what makes it really nice, that any sort of damage buff on this sort of weapon, it just deletes people, especially if you get kill clip Radiant. And that's where the Head Seeker kill clip is going to be nice too, because it's just pure extra damage. But you can kind of already see that this weapon, it is just really nice. Now that should hit someone. There we go. Oh, the freaking Mida. This Chilix guy with his Mida is freaking nutty with the thing. Come on, boys, try team shot me. I freaking dare you. Hey, buddy, and this guy's going to run away on me again. Oh my god, the freaking Jade Rabbit. Get out of my face. Here comes the kill clip, bro. And buddy, you are brave. 54 crit. What sort of kill clip nonsense is that? Well, you can definitely see that this pulse is PvP. Yeah, it is just honestly so freaking good. I mean, it just goes in. As I said, when you kind of get the damage going, you can just get the headshots and everything with the stability, all that going as well. And I just think overall, you definitely need to get your hands on a Blast Furnace roll. Even not like the biggest pulse rifle fan, I'm telling you right now, this role in particular, even like just the curator role, it is so freaking nice. And I finally killed him. Yo, review over, boys. Review over. I finally killed that one guy with a stupid ass scout rifle at the back of the map. Oh, you know, sometimes that's all I pay PvP for, guys. It's just to ruin someone else's game. That's it. Don't care about anything else. We got that one guy we needed. And what the? There's like 2 guys here. And oh, this is like such a bad scenario because I've got a pulse and they have scouts. And oh, that's a sniper. Come on, someone hit me. Oh, the double freaking He's probably so pissed off, but he's not with the sniper. But this is the range I'm sort of talking about. Old school, I could get close-ish, but obviously it's still pretty insane range. So I'm not expecting to absolutely map or whatnot. But what I would give this is that in my old school one, I could definitely go a lot further. But you can still see pulse rifles in general shouldn't go too far anyway. You can definitely see that as 450. This one wrecks some people. I'm telling you, the damage on this is just, it's so nice. And when you get those rolls going, that just extend the ranges even more. Oh man, it's just a sweet ass pulse rifle. It's just such a, I wouldn't say sad thing, but it has so much competition right now when it comes to pulses. LC's rifle is just insane. You got Messenger as well, which is, I know, a different archetype, but it still does absolutely work PvP and everything. But I'm telling you, if you get a good roll of this, I mean, there's nothing else I can really say other than this is freaking a really dope ass pulse. Probably one of the best you can get your hands on now, buddy. No! No! Freaking SMG. He's double primary setup, really? Oh, my chacho here, though. Buddy, what are you doing in the corner? That's our spawn. He's just sitting in the corner. But yeah, I definitely will say that this blast furnace, I'm so happy it's back. I mean, is it as good as I feel like it used to be? I think it honestly kind of is. I just don't have as much range as I used to. My old blast furnace with the Meridian as well. It used to be so cracked out as mine, but obviously this has Argent traits and everything now, and you can definitely get those rolls back and stuff as well. But I just think overall that the blast furnace is just one of these pulses that was revolutionary when it came out, and it's still freaking so dope. Now this guy just got like, oh, I was gonna say this guy's gonna get an absolute quad killed. But yeah, 100% I'd be trying to get my hands on a roll of this, because you can see any sort of little bit of a damage buff or whatnot, it's just gone absolutely clap those cheeks, and it's just so much fun. I'm telling you, even the stability roll too, it's just a really fun weapon to kind of go in with. Now there is two people here. Oh, screw it. Boys, peek me now. I got the freaking range on your ass. Yep, there we go. We'll get this guy. Insta reload. We'll get this guy as well. He's a million miles away. You know what? I need to stop placing these wells in some places, because I legit got one kill and their whole team is just 100 miles away. There we go. I'm gonna 2 seconds. Oh no. All right, buddy. God, me and you. God, me and you. Freaking will freaking, oh, annihilate them. And he got stuck in a wall. That's what feels bad. Oh, but there's the kill clip, I'm telling you. Oh, when you get it going. Oh, it's so freaking glorious. And there's another dude out here. What the? Oh, nice shot, boys. Nice shot. We are absolutely annihilating these now, but alrighty, time for the PvE side of things, of course, with the little blast furnace I could. And this is what it's going to be like with, of course, the Firefly roll and whatnot. I am going to have, of course, my, what's it called? I can't even remember what this thing is called. It's chromatic fire. We're going to have chromatic fire going with it, because obviously it's a kinetic weapon with Firefly. So you can see you can get the double explosions kind of going with it, PvE. And as I said, there is some rolls. You have like kinetic tremors and stuff too with Firefly. So you can definitely do some really nasty sort of stuff. You get like as I said, kinetic tremors, Firefly, chromatic fire, whatnot. So you can get so many different kind of builds going for PvE. I just always will say, and it's been a curse of freaking kinetics in general for quite some time now, and it's that PvE, you're never really going to go in with kinetics too often. They're not synergistic with a lot of builds that just do so much more work, considering that builds are like, so like abilities are just so strong in Destiny 2. It's so hard to for me to kind of tell you to go in with the weapon. Even if it has kinetic tremors, don't get me wrong, it is really, really nice. The kinetic tremors, it can do absolute work, but it's still gonna struggle against like your main sort of weapons you want to go in with. Like, don't get me wrong, like you can see, it's pretty nice, of course, dealing with all these enemies, but as I said, it's just gonna struggle PvE compared to other sort of weapons you go in with. But one thing I kind of will say about the pulse as well is that it is really nice to use PvE in terms of fun and everything. And also, I do really like four-bursting weapons. I mean, this came out around the time, obviously, with Forsaken and whatnot, Black Armory events. And that's when kinetic weapons, obviously, were still really, really dope. So this came out at a time there, in PvE, it actually was a really solid-ass weapon to use. Like, PvE, this was no slouch back in the day. And I think that if they ever do make kinetics a really good weapon, again, like in terms of PvE shenanigans and whatnot, I do think that this one will be a really nice pulse to use, I'm telling you. Being able to four-burst people, it's honestly really, really nice. Like, when I talk about the four-bursting pulse rifles, back in the day, like Forsaken raids and whatnot, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were using, like, Go Figures and everything. It was, like, one of the first. And that's why when Blast Furnace came out, I actually used this a lot PvE. This is definitely one I definitely go in with the PvE. So don't think just because it is a kinetic that it's going to be, like, unusable or anything like that. Though, like, it's still going to be kind of nice. So you can see the Firefly and the explosions. It's still going to be a nice pulse to use PvE. It can definitely do work. It's just to use this over like for any strong weapon that can get kind of unraveling going or whatnot, any freaking, of course, stasis weapon that can get headstones going, it's just kind of hard to justify it than that. But if you want a good freaking pulse rifle that feels really nice to use PvE, I mean, this is definitely one. I'm telling you, four-bursting pulse rifles, there's something about them that we definitely need. First of all, a lot more of them, because there's definitely not that many. But there's just something about them that feels really nice to use. I'm telling you, 100% I'd be looking at you trying to get a roll of this. Alrighty, final freaking boss time though with our little freaking blast furnace. They're good. And I'm telling you, I love these explosions so much. Oh, it's so glorious. As I said, sometimes it's not always just kind of about how the weapon performs PvE in terms of obviously. Oh my god, I'm whiffing every shot. But sometimes it's not always just about how like effective the weapon is and how synergistic it is. Sometimes it's all just about the fun. And look at all those explosions. It's so glorious. Oh, I love it so freaking much now, boys. I've got this. Is that going to disappear? Is that what that means? Oh, it is. It is what that means. Okay. I didn't want to waste my grenade, but you know what? Screw it. He's got to die anyway. But yeah, PvE, of course, I will say blast furnace. Not that it's bad. My rocket got shot out of the air. What a giga chad. Not that it's the worst Reddit to know. I think it's a really solid ass pulse rifle. It's just synergy is definitely a thing, but if you want something that's gonna be fun to use PvE, I'm telling you right now, this is just it's 100% gonna be it because it feels juicy, and with a Firefly Tremors, well, I can only tell you how much freaking fun you'll have. Well, that's it for me, and of course the blast furnace pulse rifle itself. As I said, this thing, it's an absolute blast to use. I can't believe I went through this whole video and didn't use that pun once. But it is an absolute blast because this thing, it just goes in really well. Both PvP, PvE. As I said, PvE, I understand I kind of cropped in a little bit, but that's just because of how kinetics are right now. The only way saving grace this has is that it does have kinetic tremors, so it can somewhat compete with the Firefly as well. That might be really, really nice, or desperate measures for the extra damage. But it's just so hard for me to recommend kinetics in PvE. Unless you want something that's fun. This is definitely fun. As I said, Firefly with this chromatic fire. Really, really dope to kind of go in with of course, a kinetic weapon. Other than that, it's so hard to justify using this over, as I said, anything that's strand or stasis. So it just goes super well with different sorts of perks. Even just strand weapons with the seasonal mods, you don't need to be on strand to get unraveling rounds going. So I will say that it's just hard for in PvE unless you're going to really go for a fun weapon. But I will say PvP, that is where this butters the biscuit, because this thing is just nuts PvP. I mean, rolls wise, you can kind of already see it was geared more toward PvP. That's what they were looking at. But I'm telling you, if you get the freaking range roll, I mean, this roll, of course, had decent range too. You can see 89. This is my original compared to this one. You can see my range just so much better. A bit less stability or whatnot, but it used to be so juicy back in the day, especially with the scope I had and everything on it. But I will still say the curator role itself, Perpetual and Kill Clip, is a decent ass role. This has everything kind of going for it. So if you're not one to really want to go grinding your absolute ass off for a god roll, definitely just get the curated. You'll do work PvP with this thing. It's not a god roll, but it definitely does absolute work. It'll be one of the better pulses to use PvP. But regardless, if you like the video, just like, and if you want to see more content, subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.